This is my client Aaron, and this is the exact system we used to give him his dream body in 4 months. To give a little background on Aaron, he works an office job from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. 5 days a week and also has a family. Aaron does not have all the time in the world to just commit his whole life to fitness. So the biggest thing was building him a system that actually fits into his daily schedule without burning him out. With Aaron's physique, you could tell he's a little overweight, but he's not super fat. He doesn't have a lot of loose skin. He's just a little overweight, but also kind of has skinnier arms. So the way to go about this was a recomp, but we put him in a very slight deficit of around 200 calories. The biggest thing to focus on when in this recomp and wanting to lose weight, but also build muscle to get leaner, was making sure that our protein was high and not fearing carbs. A lot of people think they have to cut their carbs very low to actually lose weight, but in reality, carbs are going to actually give you the energy to be able to put in the work necessary to actually see the progress. So it's a big mistake that a lot of people do, is cutting their carbs super low, and then their body looks super flat. They might lose weight, but then they just look super flat. Their muscles don't look filled out. And then they just have no energy throughout the day. What I do for my clients is I build out a fully custom meal plan. Everything from the proportions, all the macros, calories, fats, carbs, I list that out for you. That way, when you do the cooking, you already know that you need 6 ounces of potatoes and let's say 8 ounces of ground turkey. So you don't actually have to do the calculator, you just have to measure it, so that way when you eat it, you know how much you're eating. Him being busy and working so much, it's not ideal to cook throughout the week. So on Sundays, we would have him do his meal prep, where he would prep all his meals for the week. That way he could just pack them and go to work, and it's already there for him. Kept him on a clean diet, eating lean foods, once again, high protein. But we didn't have to cut out all the foods he likes. He mentioned his wife likes to cook, and sometimes they like to enjoy a good pasta and maybe enjoy a meal that isn't so clean, and that's totally fine, and that works. You have to be able to fit it into the program. Earlier in the day, we're going to have to cut back on something to compensate for the meal we're gonna have, and it's gonna have no effect on your progress, and you should be totally fine. Which is what Aaron enjoyed, is not having to cut out all these things that he liked and enjoying these good meals with his wife and family. When it comes to the actual training, I also build out a fully custom training program, everything from the exercise to the set, to the rep, to the weight. So that also requires no decision making. You're going into the gym and you already know what you have to do. The biggest thing when it comes to people that already lack consistency or accountability is you give yourself more decisions to make, and this is when you allow yourself to actually make the wrong decision or choose what's worse for you. So that's why people work with me, is because I'm taking away all that extra thinking. You don't have to think of what you have to eat. You don't have to think about the workouts you have to do. There's no decisions being involved because it's already there for you. I had Aaron working out 4 times a week to see progress and not actually burn him out and still be able to enjoy time with his family. And those workouts are only 45 minutes long. So many people think you have to be in the gym for an hour and a half, 2 hours. No, that is totally false. I myself am only in the gym for an hour a day. A lot of my clients who are very busy, we only have them in the gym for 45 minutes. The reason we can get away with 45 minutes in the gym is because we go in there with intention. We're going in there and it's high intensity. We're lifting heavy. We're going in there with intention. There's no wasted time. There's no thinking about what workouts you should do, because you already have a plan that you should be following. Aaron was either to go sometimes in the morning before work, or if he didn't get his workout in the morning, then he would go after work straight to the gym. 45 minutes, that's all it is. 45 minutes at the gym. I had to find a way to actually fit his cardio into his schedule while working an office job for majority of the day. With Aaron, I told him while at work, try to get up and walk as much as you possibly can. If you have to go to the bathroom every 20-30 minutes, go to the bathroom, walk there. If you could take another lap around the office, do that, but just get your steps in. It's not about going to the gym and doing an hour on the treadmill. You don't have to do super high intense cardio. Low impact walking is a great form of cardio and is going to burn calories, which is what we're trying to do here. Once he was able to go home, have dinner with his family, enjoy that time, then we had him do a 20-minute walk around his neighborhood. 20 minutes usually is a mile-long walk, and it's only 20 minutes long. And that's going to help with digestion, it's going to help with bloating, and he's getting more steps in to burn more calories. That he found that it was actually a very peaceful time and became a part of the routine, not just because he wanted to get the steps in, but because he enjoyed just walking, clearing your mind, spending time with more family, but it's also getting your steps in and working out at the same time. So that became a big part of the routine and contribute a lot to his progress. Aaron did not have to cut out his entire lifestyle. He was still able to enjoy the foods he's like. He was still able to enjoy a couple of drinks on the weekends because everything is balanced. Like I mentioned in another video, to see the best progress, it's like a graph. You want to see a constant upward trend rather than having high highs and low lows. If you have high highs and low lows, then at the end of the day, your graph is going to be constant and there's going to be no upward trend. It's about balancing it and taking one step forward each day. It's not about jumping in super intense and just totally flipping your lifestyle and making it the hardest thing you ever did. It's about fitting a program into your current lifestyle that works for you without burning out. And we were able to do that with Aaron and actually get his dream body within 4 months. One of the biggest things he mentioned to me is the mental growth that came with the transformation. The mental transformation is one of the biggest things. Your standards change, the way you carry yourself change, your confidence change. So the reason I'm able to help my clients that have such busy schedules is because my job is to make your life easier. You don't have time to plan out all your meals. You don't have time to plan out all your workouts. My job is to do all that for you while keeping you accountable. You know, if you're getting coached, then you probably struggle with accountability, which is my job to hold you accountable, because if you're investing in something, you want to make sure that you're getting the most out of it. Something I also do within my program is mindset coaching with a lot of my clients. I know the mindset that it takes to have a transformation. I played former Division I football. I know what it takes to actually get to where you want. My whole thing is mindset coaching and not just elevating your physique, elevating your mental and elevating your lifestyle in a whole. If this is something that interests you and you want to have a transformation just like Aaron, comment the word busy and I'll personally reach out to you and we'll see if you're a good fit to work with me.